Hey everyone, Techne here with a hot off the press headset review, and the headset we have today is the SteelSeries Arctis 1 gaming headset. Didn't we review these already? I could swear we already reviewed the SteelSeries Arctis 1 gaming headset. Like, what the heck are we doing here? I mean, I just don't like... Wait a minute. SteelSeries Arctis 1 wireless? Wireless? Ooh. Alright, so what did you think about the close-ups right there? Me personally, I love them. Now throughout this review, I'll probably chime in a little bit about some of the Arctis headsets, kind of comparing them a little bit here and there from the 7s and 3s and whatnot as far as comfort, sound and whatnot, because again, we're kind of going off this different build from SteelSeries here, and I have reviewed every other Arctis headset minus the 9X. But hit that bell and subscribe because those are coming soon. But anyways, I have covered every single other one. I have a playlist of SteelSeries products or headsets and you can catch them all right there. But again, I might chime in just a little bit here and there, kind of talking and comparing these to those. Alright, so let's get into it here. And you all know where I like to start off, and that's comfort. Because no matter how good of a deal it is or how fantastic it sounds, like I always say, if it's uncomfortable, we're going to take them off right away. And let me tell you what, these go right in line with all the other Arctis headset, right? Extremely comfortable. These are using the exact same ear cushions as all the other Arctis right there. That nice, soft, breathable mesh sports material right there. And it's just so plush and so soft and nice and breathable. It's just fantastic. Inside of the ear cup there's a little pleather lining to trap in some of that sound so you're not getting too much sound bleed. But again, nice and breathable. As well with the top of the headset right here, you get a nice amount of padding. It is different compared to the other Arctis where you do not have that little ski band right there. You have this padding right on there, kind of like a traditional headset you'd say, but again, it's very nice and very plush. Now, as I stated with the wired Arctis 1's headset, if you've seen that review, if you haven't, by the way, I'll leave it right down in the description right there so you can catch that one as well. But anyways, the difference I noticed about this compared to like the other line of Arctis with the ski band and whatnot, 3s and above, right? There's a little bit more clamping force on these guys. It's not an unbearable amount or an uncomfortable amount by any means, you know what I mean? But it is noticeably a little bit tighter than the other ones. Again, nothing bad by any means, but you do notice it. Now, also touching on comfort, these guys are extremely lightweight, like very lightweight for a wireless headset, which I really, really like. Like, again, kind of talking Arctic 7s and whatnot, right? They get pretty lofty, but these things really maintain that very nice lightweight right there, and they just feel like they're floating on your head. Now, talking about that lightweight, kind of flowing right into build here, I think they get that lightweight because this entire headset is plastic, minus your little adjustable bracket right there, which you can see is metal, and you have the little clicks in there, if you can hear them right there, and they really hold their position. As you saw, I had to kind of use a little bit of force, which is nice. Whenever you put it on your head, it's not clicking out or just adjusting on you right there. But I think that's how they really maintain the lightweight right here, because the entire deal is plastic. Now, me saying the entire headset is plastic and lightweight does not mean it's cheap by any means. I mean, these things feel stinking durable. As you can see, we can stretch them and twist them and everything. Now, one last thing touching on comfort, which you all know I love. I love my headsets having swivel and a lot of movement in the ear cushion, so you don't have any certain pressure point on your head right there. But anyways, these guys, you can bring them all the way flat, all the way out. You got plenty of give right there. So again, no matter your head shape or size or anything, these things are going to be able to adjust on you right there and fit you perfectly. Now, one thing I do want to point out that they changed compared to the wired version, and again, this is probably pretty minor, but I really liked it in the wired version. As you can see right in here, look at the bracket right here. It's just hollow plastic, and then we have our bracket going from in the headband into the ear cup right there, and it's just that hollow plastic, and you got your bracket going right in there holding it together. As you remember on the wired ones, if you saw right there, and if you can see it here, it's hard to pick it up, but we have that grid in there, as you can see in there. So in my personal opinion, it's just a little more reinforced. Again, it's such a mild touch, but I really like that extra reinforcement on the wired version. So as far as comfort and build, I gotta give them a win. Super duper cozy. Yeah, they're plastic, but they feel durable and they feel solid. I gotta give him a win. All right, so now let's go talk about some of the features on the headset. And number one, where we have to start off with is the wireless function, right? So now I know what you're thinking. Man, we're gonna start off with the wireless function, but you have all these stinking wires out here. All right, so as far as the wireless function on this headset, all you do is plug in this little adapter guy right there. That little guy. If your motherboard supports USB-C, bam, plug it in. If your phone supports it, bam, plug it in. Nintendo Switch, all you do is plug this little guy in. I stinking love it. But again, let's say we're using a PlayStation 4 or something, right? It doesn't have USB-C. So what you gotta get is this little USB adapter they give you right here. You can plug the little guy in, bam, right like so, plug it into your console, and then you're gonna have your wireless function like that. And the cool thing is you don't have to sync it. You don't gotta hold this button and that button and this and that, you know what I mean? Just take this deal and plug it in and you are done. Very simple and very easy. I absolutely love it. But as I stated, you can pretty much use this on every device with the USB-C or the PlayStation 4 with that adapter we talked about. Now the stinker is you can't use wireless on the Xbox One. It's a real stinker, but what you can do is take the 3.5 adapter to give you, plug it into the bottom of the headset, plug it into your controller if you have the new controller, and just use it like that, which pretty much turns it into the Arctis One wired version. And jumping ahead of myself, kind of talking about sound here when we're talking about features and whatnot, they do sound good on the Xbox, so don't worry about that. If you just dabble with a little Xbox here and there, you're still going to be covered with these guys and be happy with your quality of sound. But again, like I said, you can pretty much use this on all devices, and I tested it on all of them, from the Xbox, PlayStation, the Nintendo Switch, my MacBook, my iMac computer, and it's real cool on those. Again, you can just plug this right into there, listen to music, play with games, edit some movies, videos and whatnot, you know, very easy. One thing I want to show you, which is probably my favorite to use it on, and that's the Nintendo Switch. Again, it's super easy. Right on the bottom of the Switch, bam, let's take it, plug it in, and you are set. That's it, right there. Now, yeah, it's got some give. If we can get a close-up and you can see right here, you see that big gap right there? When I first plugged it in, I was like, oh man, well that's kind of cheesy. It's kind of wobbling around. It's got a gap. It's not flush. It just didn't look crisp. But the super cool thing about that, if any of us have a case on our Switch, where's my case? Hold on, let me get this here. Oh dear. Here we go. So we got my little case, the grip right here. Love this thing, by the way. Leave it down in the description. You got to get one of these things. Stinking awesome. But anyways, so we're going to put our grip on right here, our case, whatever we want to call it. So you kind of have that little excess little skin right on the bottom. Bam, you can still take your adapter and you still have plenty of give. As you can see right now it's nice and flush in there. I mean, that looks stinking good. So, I mean, the majority of us, if we're using our Switch on a go, honestly, pretty much all of us, right, have some sort of case on it, right, or some sort of skin or something. And it's really nice that they gave us that extra ability, that little bit of extra length right there to make that work. I really like that because I know they were probably thinking about that, oh, shoot, well, we want them still to be able to use it with their case when they're using the Switch on a go. I absolutely love that. Now also, as far as the wireless on this headset, it's using 2.4 gigahertz lossless wireless. It's not using Bluetooth or anything like that, so I never noticed any sort of delay or any loss throughout my gaming. It also has a 30-foot range. I don't know if walls and stuff will affect that. In my room, walking around, going in closets and whatnot, or going from computer to computer, I never noticed any loss or any lag or anything. You also get a 20-hour battery life with it. All right, so real quick, as far as our controls on your headset, as you can see right here, you have your mic mute and your mic active right there. Right below you have your volume wheel. Then you have your 3.5, which is you're going to plug into your Xbox controller if you're using it that way, or a share port so your buddy can hear it as well. Right there next to that is your charge port. And then over here is your microphone port where you plug your mic in since it is detachable. So now, yes, since this headset is wireless, you do have to charge it. But again, you just kind of take it right down there into that charge port that I showed you earlier and plug it in. And the cool thing, say if you have this synced up to your Switch or whatever, or plugged into your computer, you can still use it in the wireless mode. I guess if we say it's wireless because you're plugged in the wire since it's charging, you know what I mean? But anyways, you don't have to plug in the 3.5 or anything like that. It can still be synced up to this little dongle while you're charging and still be able to use them. Now, speaking of having to charge this headset, one little thing that I really like, as you can see right down here by the power button, it is green, but as you're using them, it will go down from green to yellow to red, and then when the battery's really depleted, I think down to the last 5%, it'll start blinking real fast in the red. So I really like that touch right there. So you can see, oh, hey, it's yellow. Let me start charging them so I don't die die out mid-game, you know what I mean? I really like that they give you that little indicator right there. Alright, so I think that covers all of our features. Can we get all these wires off this table now? Good mercy. Let's get them out of the way and let's talk about sound. Alright, so as far as sound, let me tell you what, this headset got loud in the wireless mode right there. As far as using them on Xbox, like I stated earlier, 3.5, they were very loud and crisp as well. Now when you plug a 3.5 in the controller on the PlayStation, yeah, they drop off a little bit, but again, across the board, we're all going to be using these wirelessly. That's why we're buying a wireless version, right? But again, I just kind of wanted to point that out so whenever you are charging them, will you still be able to play and still enjoy them? And I gotta say yes, but again, they got pretty stinking loud. I honestly had to adjust that volume down quite a bit in some instances right there. Now, kind of talking about them getting loud and them sounding good, the cool thing about this headset is you can adjust this guy in the SteelSeries engine right there. Kind of just like the higher end Arctis headsets from the 5 and above, the 7s and whatnot, you know? No, you don't get that surround sound function and everything, but we all know that surround sound in gaming headsets is a bunch of hocus pocus. Never base your gaming headset purchase off surround sound, you know, because it's not true surround sound ever in any headset. But anyways, going back to that software right there, it's kind of hard to talk about stage because you can adjust your own stage right there. But me personally, I usually like kind of cranking mine up, getting some bass, some really nice highs in there and everything, kind of just flattening out my mid. So I don't know, to me personally, that's how I like it. But again, kind of going back to that, being able to adjust, it's hard for me to talk about stage and say, oh hey, it's a great stage or it's a bad stage. I've tested it in multiple ones and it sounded really good. Now my personal presets, I've tested so many Arctis headsets again, by the way, and I always use the same EQ settings. Now when I was listening to music with this headset, in one instance on PlayStation playing Knack 2, when this bridge came down, I was like, Knack 2, very fun game by the way. But anyways, I noticed these couple of moments when it really got real jumbly and just kind of staticky, you know, listening to music, or that one moment in Knack, and it just got a whole bunch of mess in there, kind of, I mean, that was probably horrible sound effects, but you get my point. It was a jumble of mess. Now talking about it being a jumble of mess in there, again, that brings me right back to, I can't really talk about the stage because you can adjust your own. What's that my personal EQ settings right there? Maybe. There's a few things missing from the EQ settings of the software on these guys compared to the 7s and the 5s and whatnot, talking to surround sound, maybe a few extra knobs right there and whatnot, you know? So maybe those were missing from it to kind of balance it out a little bit better. I'm not sure. I had to bring my bass down a little bit more so it wouldn't be real jumbled in there, and then it came around and got really good. Again, I was so used to all the other Arctis headsets where I had a few more options there to adjust, so I went straight with that, right? But I think missing those few other options kind of, you know, made this headset miss a little bit something. So again, I had to kind of tweak my EQ a little bit more, and then it came around and sounded really, really good. Now, also talking about sound, this headset uses the exact same drivers as, say, the 7s or all the other Arctis right there. So you're going to get that fantastic SteelSeries sound with these guys. So as far as sound, I got to give them a win. Out the box, they were fantastic. Getting into dabbling with that EQ right there, you might have to change it around a little bit than what we're usually used to with the other SteelSeries headsets. But again, out the box, fantastic. Get into EQ right there, tweak it out a little bit, and you're going to get it right to your perfect liking. So as far as sound, I give them a pass. Alright, so now let's go and talk about the mic. And yes, it is detachable, as you can see right there. Little slot I showed you right down there before. It just plugs right into there, and then it can adjust right around like that. It's not this massive mic that's like right in front of your face by any means. It's kind of nice. It's right down there. It holds its little shape right there, but again, it doesn't get right in front of your face. It's kind of right over here on the side, but it picks it up fairly decent. Let me show you a quick mic test. Alright, so this is a mic test of the SteelSeries Arctis 1 wireless, and I am plugged in by the little wireless dongle right now. Again, this is a mic test of the SteelSeries Arctis 1 plugged in wirelessly. Alright, so now we're doing a mic test of the SteelSeries Arctis 1 plugged in by 3.5. Again, this is the mic test of the SteelSeries Arctis 1 plugged in 3.5, and honestly, I think this one sounds a lot better than the wireless option right there. Now, one really cool thing I want to show you as far as the mic right there, as I showed you earlier, we got our mic mute button right there. I'm not sure if the camera will pick this up quite well, but just listen right here. So do you hear that little beep right there? That's me muting it and then making it go into active. And the super cool thing about it, so it's nice, you get that notification, right? But the cool thing I really like about that, whenever you turn the volume down in your headset with your game volume or music or whatever, the beep will go down with it. So if you turn your volume really low, that beep's going to be low. If you turn it all the way up, it's going to be all the way loud. So I really like that. So it really complements. If you got your game or whatever really loud, you'll still be able to hear it, you know. Or if it's really low, it's not just going to be this ear screeching pierce right in your ear. Really awesome. All right, so all in all, wrapping up the Arctis One wireless headset here. And what do I think about it? Now, this headset comes in right at $100. And that's where I struggle with it. Because again, the Arctis 7 I think are usually around $150 all day long. Now you can find them for around $120, $115-ish, you know. Sometimes even $100, you know. So that's kind of where I think this is a hard call right here. I love the Arctis One wired version, and I really recommended those because I thought they were a steal. I believe they were right around $50. And with that headset, that is such a fantastic deal coming in at $50. When you're talking $100 right here, I might tell you, hey, just save up $20 and go with the 7s. But where I think this headset really shines is with the Nintendo Switch. That's the coolest thing about this. So if you play a lot of Nintendo Switch, especially on the go, yes, I recommend these 110%. Sure, you can use the 7s wirelessly on the Switch and everything, but you got that little dongle, that little adapter that you're going to have flying everywhere. This, or for mobile, if your mobile device uses a USB-C. Me, personally, I use an iPhone XR or something like that, so I can't use this, which is a stinker right there, you know. But if you use a lot of tablet, or I guess, I don't know, Android uses this or something, I'm not sure, I don't use those phones, and Switch, yes, you have a complete winner right here, and that's what I would recommend this for. So hey, let me know down in the comments, are you looking at picking up the Arctis One wireless or any of the other Arctics? Again, I reviewed all of them, so please just ask in the comments. I'll leave you a link for one of the headsets right down there, or go check out the play. You know what? Let me just put the whole playlist of these SteelSeries headsets right down in the description right there, so you can check out all of them if you like right there. But hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this one. I hope I was able to help you out a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.